competing on the defensive end of the court. I think we set a tone early. Good first quarter. Royce hit a bunch of threes in the first half. Also just his communication, his IQ, his ability to play, the defensive end of the court. Really, really good for us tonight.
Obviously, Kevin, there's situations where you give him the ball and let him create one-on-one, and sometimes that may that period is bogging the offense down. But when you see him clutch tonight, just speak to that performance.
Yeah, no, I mean he was phenomenal. Those are some great defenders that he's going against, and there's some nights where just he can get to his spots and get to his shots and score at a high rate. He was special tonight.
Lastly, I know you like to take the wins in and before you move on to the next one, but we know what the next one is. Obviously playing against Milwaukee, just maybe how are you feeling about seeing them for the first time since you were last there?
Yeah, I'm going to just enjoy tonight. We got 2 days, and we'll get ready to play. And, it'll be good. We'll have a little practice on Sunday. But, I think we're just going to take this in tonight.
Coach, third straight win against a team like this. How much is this kind of a litmus test for the progress that you guys have been making, especially defensively lately?
Yeah, I mean, Cleveland's such a good team. Garland and Mitchell as their guards. They're just so dynamic off the dribble. They're dynamic shooting the threes off the dribble. And then the two bigs working the glass, the roll game, the screens, and Strus and Merrill and all those guys spacing around them. There's a reason they've won 56 games. They've done a great job. So for us to come out, get stops, kind of establish a defensive presence, it's a good night for us, and we've been building on it, and now we need to keep it going forward.
We've seen a couple of big performances from Book and KD since you guys have made some of the lineup changes. Obviously, they're capable of doing that, but how much does putting that type of defense around them kind of streamline what they're able to do?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's helped. Ryan, I think what he brings, taking on, lots of times the other team's best players or, sometimes the point guards, and we're having a presence up the court with Ryan, and Cody's giving us good minutes as a defender. Royce, Oso, those guys. I think the defensive, I think there's an energy that's building on that end of the court that I think, helps Book and Kevin on that end, and then it helps them when they go to offense also.
Kevin in the first quarter was really going at Cleveland switching, and then they started to change up the looks a little bit. How much did you see him get the guys in the rhythm offensively to start the game with what he was attacking?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think, I think everybody, just their confidence grows when they see Kevin, able to play and get to where he wants to and make shots. Again, against, guys that are really good defenders. I think that just built our confidence and, put us in a good place. Felt like, we could play through Kevin. When they changed their coverages, I thought he made good reads. I thought he played through Oso. Oso created some good shots. Tyus shooting the ball, Collins shooting the ball. There's a lot of good things, but I do think Kevin, established himself early, was good for us.
Coach, what's it do for you guys for, Cody, who's only 6'5", to be able to, stonewall guys on the post like you did with Evan Mobley there in the first half?
Yeah, I mean, he's just, I think he's got a strength, a competitiveness, and then he's got the length. And so it's, that playing in the post and trying to finish through that kind of defense, it's great for Cody to take that challenge, for him to take him one-on-one and get a stop. And really Book, I think did it a couple times too. And we double-teamed him a couple times, so threw a couple different looks at Mobley. But, credit to Cody and all the guys that took, Mobley in the post.
Coach, when you consider how impactful the rookies and Colin and Cody have been when you guys have had people out, have you kind of envisioned or considered what their production might look like, assuming you guys are relatively healthy soon?
No, I mean, we just take it one day at a time in this league. You never know what's around the corner. So, happy with the way those guys are playing. You always want to be healthy and have more options. So, I'm not looking too far past really just taking tonight in, and tomorrow will be a day off, and we'll get ready for practice on Sunday.
Coach, with Oso playing 44 minutes tonight, just curious what the what the decision was to stick with him that long. And were you impressed at all with how he was able to switch onto those guards like Darius and Donovan almost kind of effortlessly?
Yeah, no, I mean, also, now we're 60, 65 games in. He's shown a unique ability where he doesn't seem to get winded or tired. He plays at such a great pace. I think his mentally, he's very calm. He understands and sees the game. So there's not a lot of wasted energy mentally. And then, so we scheduled to give him a few more breaks, but he was just playing so good, we just kind of stuck with him. And nothing you do against Garland and Mitchell is effortless. It takes a lot of discipline from him. It takes a lot of, sitting down in a stance, being up to take away the threes off the dribble. It takes a ton of effort. And Oso gave it to us, for 44 all night. He was great. All right, thanks, guys.
They playing, Kevin. They playing with me. Got to ask about just the importance of not only winning the game, but having the big lead and then holding them off there at the end.
Yeah, I mean, this is the best team in the league record-wise. They clinched the playoffs a week ago, so we know how dominant they've been all season, and we were locked in since yesterday on a game plan and trying to come out here and play our best game tonight. So excited about the win.
The other thing I have is when you look at the way you were able to offensively not just get the one-on-one or quote, at the top, but off the catch. Maybe how did you like how the offense was flowing with you guys tonight?
Yeah, offense was smooth. I mean, we shot 50, 40, 90 against a team like this, 123 points. It's a great offensive game. I mean, we were moving the ball. Royce got us going in the first. Him and Tyus knocking down threes got us going. When we making threes and we getting up 40-plus threes, we're a dangerous team. But the ball was flowing and popping tonight. 32 assists, that's the formula for us if we want to be a great offensive team. And I was able to get some ISO against a switching team. Sometimes we got to just keep it simple, set a screen, and then try to beat your man and cause some confusion and kick out. So we did a lot of driving and kicking tonight, and I just try to be aggressive in those actions.
Kevin, you've talked a lot about trying to build on the success of the last couple wins. This was a good litmus test for you guys. How good is it to actually build on that?
Yeah, I mean, it's, especially around this time of year, it's important to get big wins and to have some good momentum. I like the style of play that we had the last few games on both ends of the floor. So we've been building on that, and Coach has been coaching us up pretty well in practice on those schemes that we've been working on the last few games, and we're just getting better at that. So we keep grinding, man, like I've been saying. I mean, it's late in the season. We only got a handful of games left, but those are the most important games, and we're looking forward to playing them.
When you look at the rookies and Colin and Cody who have, gotten more opportunities recently, how much does kind of the defense and some of the dirty work they're able to do, streamline what you and Book are able to do out there?
Yeah, I mean, they're everywhere on the glass. Ryan with 9 rebounds, Cody getting 2 or 3 steals every game, Oso just making another 13 rebound night. And then, we see me and Book getting there and mix it up too, you know what I'm saying? So we're all mixing up, we switching well, we boxing out well, so we all do the little things, and that make offense easier for us as well.
Kevin, you found a rhythm immediately in this game with the switches you were attacking. Then they tried some different stuff, but you guys were still really in a great rhythm. How'd you like the way you started the game with not only providing but scoring as well?
Yeah, I like that I was precise and straight to my movements and wasting too much time. They felt comfortable switching Jared Allen on me, and I felt comfortable driving him and Evan Mobley. Long athletic defenders, but I felt like I could get an advantage to the rim on them, and so we tried to exploit that. And got to give the guys off the bench credit. Tyus, Royce, Cody came in and just provided a spark for us that we needed, and we pretty much matched everything they tried to throw at us tonight.
Kevin, defensively, you guys held Donovan Mitchell to 7 points on 2 of 18 shooting. What did you like about your execution on him defensively?
Yeah, I like that we didn't foul so much. He's really good at using his body to get to the rim and draw contact. So we kept it solid, made him shoot tough shots over us, and he's a great player. So, we can't, even though he was 0 for 7 to start the game, there's still somebody we had to focus in on, and everybody stayed focused all game, So he's a hell of a Hall of Fame, future Hall of Famer probably, and, for us to come out there and having a great year on top of that, for us to come out there and it looked like one of his worst games of the year, shooting-wise. It was encouraging for us.
Follow-up, your dad pregame wanted me to ask you when the last time he's beat you in a one-on-one was.
I was 7th grade. I was 11 years old in the driveway. He won after he scored the final point. I locked him out the house. That was the last time, 20-something years ago. That was funny.
That's a great story. There was a play in the fourth quarter, defensive play from you and Oso. Garland's doing his thing. You're like isolated on him. And I'm like, this ain't gonna end well. But you force him baseline, but Oso came over. And I wonder how much of that is scheme, how much of that is practice, how much of that is effort. Like, can you take me through what it takes to really have great team chemistry on defense?
You didn't think I could guard Garland out there? That's crazy, bro. Yeah, but it's a lot of footage now. It's a lot of footage now. I was in that Eastern Conference the last few years before I got here now, and we had some battles, so go watch that film. All right. But I just think, and also knowing how quick Darius is to get to his spots, he's just anticipating a lot of movements, and and that's stuff we talk about, throughout the game. If who's the low guy, who's coming over to help early, if we even need help, So, Oso is great at communicating. He's always there for his teammates as much as possible. He tries to be there. So I felt confident knowing that he was behind me on defense. And DG is one of the most twitchiest, quickest players in the league. So he definitely can get around me at any point. But, when you use your length a little bit and then you rely on a little bit of help, that help that situation out. So we're going to need more of that in the future.
Kevin, to kind of touch on Greg's point, Oso, he played 44 minutes tonight.
Damn.
Just kind of curious what your thoughts are about, because I know you guys were switching a lot. He was out on the perimeter. Just what did you like from him defensively tonight?
I just like his whole demeanor about the game. He was in the right position. He's talking. He's battling. He's going there, contesting shots at the rim. He's just pretty much he's just playing his hardest, man. And you can live with mistakes when guys play extremely hard, So he wants the best for the team, and you can feel that. And as a center, you are the most important when it comes to anchoring the defense, setting screens for your teammates, finishing, plays at the rim, finishing plays on defense with a rebound, So you got an important job as a big, and you got to pretty much be communicating with your whole team throughout the whole game, and he's good at that.
Connor, last one. Kev, looking forward, does this next game against Milwaukee mean a bit more to you guys, considering it's Bud's first time playing his former team?
Every game at this point, where we are, means, it means a lot, and I wouldn't say that's bulletin board material that he got fired from there and won a championship there, but knowing Bud, I know that he'll have a little bit more juice, I guess, to play against his former team. So we got to match his energy, and usually great teams matches the coach's energy. So we're looking forward to playing that game.